What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. In today's video, I'm going to take you through the new healing system changes. I'm going to try to cover everything in this video. There's a lot to cover, and I think this is overcomplicated, but let's get to it. So the first thing that I want to go over is the mod that I'm running on this video. So basically it's a mod that Firespark created in order to make the third perk in Vitality not function as intended. So you will not see passive health regen happening from this. I did that so that I can show you guys how much healing each thing gives without having to do the math of how much I gained from passive health regen. Now, Firespark does a really good job of explaining what's going on with the fourth perk and the fifth perk in Vitality in a video that I'll link in the description. So if you want more information about that, go over, watch his video. I'm not going to explain it in this video. Jumping right into it, and I'm just going to tell you the numbers for these guys. I am not going to actually use them and show you in game how this works. But if you do not have the fourth perk in Vitality, the Rough Wraps will give you 76. If you do have the fourth perk, it's going to give you 114. And I'm going to go through each of these the same way. So the Healing Wraps without the fourth perk in Vitality, 117. With the fourth perk, 152. The Numbing Wraps, 152. With the fourth perk, 229. The Stutter Wraps, 133. With the fourth perk, 190. Now the reason why that is lower for a higher grade wrap is because the healing time is spread over 5 seconds instead of 10 seconds, so you actually heal faster, but for a smaller amount. The Infused Wraps are the same as the Stutter Wraps. These are the ones that are harvestable or obtainable in the exiled lands. You cannot craft these. They give you 133 over 5 seconds or 190 if you have the fourth perk in Vitality. For the potions, the Aloe, regular Aloe, will give you 120 hit points, 180 if you have the fourth perk. The Concentrated will give you 160 or 240 with the fourth perk. The Pure Aloe will give you 200 hit points or 300 with the fourth perk. And the Infused Aloe, which again is a faster healing time with less health points, but it'll give you 140 or 210 with the fourth perk. The Ambrosia will give you 80 hit points or 120 with the fourth perk. Big change to the Ambrosia is they added a short animation from it. So that's all the healing from health potions and wraps. You can see all that there. Now if you're new here, I'd encourage you to click that subscribe button, click that bell so you get notified when I upload another video. Now I do want to cover real quick the Herbal Tea. Now the Herbal Tea will not give you any health regen, however it does still regenerate your stamina for 5 seconds. However, you have to be completely still for your stamina to actually regen. Now what I want to know in the comment section below is this too complicated? Did they go way too far overboard making this very complicated system, or do you think it's just right? You let me know in the comment section what you think. Where we're going to get into is some of the other things. Now everything that is in this preservation box will not give you any additional hit points. These do not apply any healing whatsoever. However, if we move over to our long line of preservation boxes, I'm just going to run through these real quick. So all of these give you 1 hit point. And I suggest just taking a screenshot of these if you see something in there that you want at that level, because until we get down towards the higher level ones, I'm not going to go through what each one of these is. This is 2 points or 3 points if you have the fourth perk in Vitality. And each one of these boxes is labeled the same way. So when I say 2 points, that means you don't have the fourth perk in Vitality. When I say 3 points, that means you do have the fourth perk in Vitality. Additionally, I'm just going to eat a cooked fish here, and I'm going to show you that the sated buff has been changed from a 1 minute timer to a 2 minute timer. So you are going to have that buff for a total of 2 minutes. Moving on to 3 to 4 points, these are all the items that do that. 4 to 6 points, here's all the items that do that. 5 to 7 points, here's all the items that do that. And these are honeyed eggs, just so you know what those are. Moving on to 6 to 9 points, here's all the items that do that. That's going to be a fiery hot bread. Moving on to 7 to 10 points, here's all the items that do that. Yes, there's rhino head soup in there. Obviously, you would probably just use this for the bonus encumbrance. Moving on to the 8 to 12 points, here's all the items that do that. 9 to 13 points, you can see we have some items that do that. These are fish strips for anybody that's wondering. Now the 12 to 19 points is just the hearty feast. And you can learn how to make this item with specialist cooking number 6. If you're enjoying this content, I'd appreciate it if you go ahead and whack that like button. Moving on to the 13 to 19, we have the Sumerian Feast, the Lasting Feast, and the Feral Feast. The Sumerian Feast is learned in Specialist Cooking 9, the Lasting Feast is learned in Specialist Cooking 5, and the Feral Feast is learned in Specialist Cooking 8. Up to 14 to 21 points, we have the Exotic Feast and the Savory Feast. Both of these are learned when you unlock the stove. This is an odd one, 15 to 22 points, an item all on its own, Cooked Pork Feast. You can learn this with Specialist Cooking number 10. And lastly, we have all of the feasts of the different religions. As you can see there, they all heal for 17 to 25 points every 3 seconds with the sated buff. So I think the real easy winner out of all of this is probably the Exotic Feast and the Savory Feast, because you learn both of those when you learn the stove. You don't have to worry about going around finding other recipes, especially with the drop rate of these recipes in SIPTA. It makes it really difficult to get some of the other recipes because you have to find the right wild surge and the right type of thrall and then kill them and hope that they drop the recipe for some of these other things. Now, I've covered the location before on where to get the Infused Wraps, both on the Exiled Lands and Isle of Sipta, but they're separate videos, so I thought I'd show you real quick where to get those. So, in the Exiled Lands, if you come right over here to 10B in King's Niche, what you want to do is just run all the way down, obviously killing your way through the hordes of skeletons that are in this area because it is a hostile area. But when you get to the end, you will find this guy right here. This guy has 17,000 hit points, and his name is the Tortured King. But if we kill him and then use a pick or a hatchet on his body, you can see he drops the Infused Wraps. And for the location on the Isle of Sipta, if we come over here to Social, it is right here in 10C and D. It's basically right on the line of C and D. This is the guy that we're looking for. And he has 17,000 hit points, and his name is the Slaughterer. And if we give him a kill and then hit him with the axe or the pick, you can see he drops the Infused Wraps. And that's all I have for this video, but the fun doesn't have to stop here. There's a couple other videos coming up on the screen. You can pick one of those to watch next. I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace. I'd like to give a big shout out to all my YouTube members. Y'all are absolute legends. If you'd like to become a legend, there's a button below that says join. That'll give you all the details. I'd like to thank all my subscribers for their continued support, likes, comments, and general awesomeness. If you're not subscribed, you can start your free trial today and cancel at any time. Clicking the bell is highly recommended so you get notified when I upload another video.